Romans 3:9-12 says, "What then? Are we better than they? Not at all, for we have already charged that both Jews and Greeks are all under sin. As it is written, there is none righteous, not even one. There is none who understands. There is none who seeks for God. All have turned aside together. They have become useless. There is none who does good. There is not even one." Now, I have to say, the force of this, I understand why this is passionately preached as a proof text by my Calvinist brothers, because it does sound flatly like, hey, look, man, there's not even one person who's going to seek after God and understand this. So what's your response, Dr. Flowers?
Yeah, it's actually a quote from Psalm 14 where he's comparing the righteous, the generation of the righteous with those who say in their heart there is no God. And so these actual words that he's quoting from are actually about people who do not have faith. And the other issue there is, again, we would affirm with our Calvinistic brothers that no one is righteous in accordance to the law. No one can attain righteousness by works or good deeds. All have fallen short. No one seeks God in such a way as to merit their salvation or in a sufficient way to earn their way to heaven. We all agree with that. But the verse says nothing about our inability to respond to a God who comes to us. And so I could say to you, it's impossible for me to get the president on the phone right now. It's impossible. I can try and try and try. It's impossible. I can't get through. Does that therefore conclude I can't answer the phone if the president were to call me? Of course not. Right. So proof that I can't do something in and of myself and by myself doesn't prove that I can't respond to someone in his grace when coming to me, offering me a solution to my sinful problem and my deadness or my lostness, if you will.
Yeah, this kind of speaks to me so much of the presuppositions or sort of your doctrinal background when you come to these texts, because what you've been doing with so many of these, and it's going to continue as we get into unconditional election and limited atonement, when it talks about, like with limited atonement, Jesus dying for the sheep. Doesn't mean he didn't die for others in some sense, but he died for the sheep, and you have a text for limited atonement, and we'll get there. But so often what I'm seeing with your answers is it's just a shift of perspective in how you're looking at this passage, and then suddenly it clicks. It just clicks into place, and it sings. And I just love that about these answers, because in so many cases it doesn't require some PhD in some sort of theology or something in order to get this. You just say, oh, I didn't see it that way before, and suddenly it fits in.